I am Jessica with that hashtag show.
Nice to meet
Um,
you.
I'm excited to talk about season 2 of the Mysterious Benedict Society. So I'm going to jump right in. I know season 1, we had the emergency as sort of the main driving force of the season that everybody was battling against. And that was really focused on manufactured fear and anxiety. And then in this season, we're sort of switching to the opposite side and talking about manufactured happiness. So tell me a little bit about crafting the similarities and the differences that you wanted to highlight in those conflicts.
I think, what it comes down to is Dr. Curtin really likes to be in control. And so he tried the version of control where you make everybody anxious, the stick. And now he's trying sort of what's the opposite, the honey. And he wants to attract people with this promise of, I can give you a technique that will make you, that will give you lifelong happiness. And of course, we know that it's not that easy. And in our world, if happiness is that easy and one little stroke of the hand and you become happy, it's not true happiness. It doesn't have the whole gamut of emotions and feelings. And so it just becomes another way for Dr. Curtin to control people.
Absolutely. And did you have any new relationship dynamics that you were excited to explore in this season?
Absolutely. The relationships are always changing and evolving. And, number 2 and Benedict, we get to really dig into them because they are stuck in captivity for the entire season, pretty much. So there's this really interesting relationship that's both very funny, very poignant. And, their relationship goes back years. So we get to see a little bit more of that. Benedict and Curtin, who we got a taste of in season 1 in one scene when they were interacting in the finale, and also as children, which we love seeing them in the orphanage, getting to know each other. Now they spend a lot of time together. So more of their history comes about, more of the explanations of how this dynamic came to be is there. And then there's the kids, and the kids, it was one thing to meet someone and go, oh, we're a little bit of a family. Well, now you're stuck in a family. So how do you get along? How do you maintain who you really are amongst these different changing dynamics? You're also teenagers. It's weird. It's awkward, And while we stay away from the romance, that's not really what we touch in this year, but the friendships and the challenges of maintaining a friendship, given the stress of the madcap adventure that they're on, has been really, really great. And I think it's very different than season 1 and will illuminate the characters in a way you haven't seen them before.
Absolutely. And on top of all of those new relationship dynamics that we're getting, we also have a very jet-setty season because they're off on the scavenger hunt. So do you have any favorite scavenger hunt clues or mysteries that you got to incorporate this season?
Well, without giving things away, I thought there's one little puzzle where Sticky has to remember sort of the placement of things on all these keys behind a desk when they're coming onto the ship, the shortcut. And it's fun sort of how they figure out what room was meant for them, because that's what they have to do. So they're kind of like decoding a visual thing and trying to lay that out on the grid of where all the cabins are on the ship. And that was a fun one. Do you have any, Todd, that you want to?
There's so many. I think there's more this season, and they're more working together this season as the foursome because there's no adults. They're just kind of on their own. I don't want to spoil any, but there's a lot, and I think people will really enjoy them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any favorite locations that you got to recreate across LA?
Definitely. The Queen Mary was a big one. We were there for 8 days. It goes over 2 episodes. That's the SS shortcut. That was really fun. We were in a train station in Santa Ana that was a Portuguese train station in Lisbon. That was fantastic. And, Darren and I grew up in Los Angeles. This is our home, but I've never seen any of these places. We were going to remote regions and turning them into the countrysides of France and Italy, and it was pure joy. It's really, really fun.
It looks super fun on screen, so that definitely translated.
Good.
All right, that's my time today. Thank you both so much for talking with me. Everybody go watch The Mysterious Benedict Society season 2 on Disney Plus.